Good morning. We'll have remarks by the Secretary-General and the Prime Minister, and then we'll have time for...
We have just addressed Russia's military build-up in and around Ukraine. Russia has already massed well over 100,000 combat-ready troops with heavy equipment, missiles and key enablers such as command and control and medical units. And we are closely monitoring Russia's deployment in Belarus, which is the biggest since the end of the Cold War. This is a dangerous moment for European security. The number of Russian forces is going up. The warning time for a possible attack is going down. NATO is not a threat to Russia, but we must be prepared for the worst, while remaining strongly committed to finding a political solution. The UK is playing a leading role, delivering both militarily and diplomatically. I welcome your offer of more troops, ships and planes to NATO. And the additional troops that you are deploying to Poland showed Allied solidarity in action. This morning, I have sent a letter to Foreign Minister Lavrov, reiterating my invitation to Russia to continue our dialogue in a series of meetings in the NATO-Russia Council to find a diplomatic way forward. We are prepared to listen to Russia's concerns and ready to discuss ways to uphold and strengthen the fundamental principles of European security that we all have signed up to. We have proposed mutual briefings on exercises and nuclear policies, ways to increase transparency and reduce risks in military activities, reduce space and cyber threats, and a serious conversation on arms control, including nuclear weapons and ground-based intermediate and shorter-range missiles. These areas represent an agenda for meaningful dialogue. But NATO will not compromise on core principles: the right of each nation to choose its own path, and NATO's ability to protect and defend all allies. Next week, NATO defense ministers will assess options for further strengthening Allied security. This includes the possibility of additional battle groups in the southeastern part of our alliance. Renewed Russian aggression will lead to more NATO presence, not less.
And when the Berlin Wall fell, the people of Europe made clear that they wanted their freedom and their security to be inextricably tied together. And that's why NATO agreed that any country should be free to pursue the security alliances that that country chose. And we must resist, we must oppose any return to the days when the fates of nations are decided over their heads by a handful of great powers. The UK's commitment to European security is unconditional and immovable. We have the biggest defence budget in Europe and the second largest in NATO. We've contributed more troops than any other ally to NATO's enhanced forward presence. And today I've agreed with the Secretary-General a package of support to strengthen further our collective security, sending troops, planes and ships to defend NATO from north to south. But the stakes are very high, and this is a very dangerous moment. And at stake are the rules that protect every nation, big and small.